Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on? What is good, family? What is going on? Let me know who is live tonight while I use these couple of seconds to get started on my other platform really quickly. All right. While I'm sharing and starting up on these other platforms, I kindly ask those that are here in the room present live that if you don't mind sharing as well, it ain't gonna cost you anything. You see already the imagery that is on the screen. I'm faceless tonight. I'm extremely tired. I have been committed to a project for 3 days, and I'm not going to be here long at all, okay? I am going to come by here and share the number one reason why I believe everybody in a mammy better have a plan B all the way through Z because of what is getting ready to come upon us, okay? Of course, this is not fear-mongering at all. And this is the way that I look at it. I would rather be prepared than not be prepared at all. And if we clearly open up our eyes, we can see that these people are making movements that are not in our favor. And those are some of the things that I'm going to just be bringing you up to speed on. Okay. However you take it and handle it is totally up to you. We are all grown adults. My job is to present the information, okay? I'm going to also share with you what I'm doing to get prepared. And if you want to do the same thing, then I will offer you guys some opportunities. However, I'm just going to go ahead and get started right on with this, okay? You see what is on the screen. Lockdowns are coming back. Let me go ahead and get my articles and images that I need to get up here. And we ready to roll. I'm not even going to spend a whole bunch of time with this. Very first thing I want to address or mention is the last time that I was here, we were talking about the drones, all of the mysterious drones and how the government, quote unquote, did not know where these mystery drones were coming from, but they said that they were not a threat to anybody. So they knew enough to know that they were not a threat to anybody, according to them. And they told American citizens, hey, don't take, measures into your own hands. You can actually end up in prison if you do. And we begin to see these things pop up from Tennessee to New Jersey, New York, California, just a lot of different places. Okay, there are more than 800 guessing, according to a Secret Service intelligence officer, 800 to 1,000 drones And I just want to bring us up to speed from there. Now, the government said, and let me go ahead and just get my, we'll stroll back down memory lane real quick just to bring us up to what we're going to talk about next, okay? Let me just go ahead and pull this up real quick. Where is that at? Let me go all the way up here. Let me just do this like this here. Bring us back up to speed so we can go full circle on this, okay? All right. Let me go to the media so I can bypass all of that scrolling and stuff. I'm going to bring us up to speed with what the heck has been going on since I was last here. And I think it starts right around here somewhere. No, that's not it. Here we go. So we started talking about the drones and how these drones were out of line for the simple fact that they weighed more than 55 pounds. Not only did they weigh more than 55 pounds, they were higher than 400 feet, okay? And these are drone regulations. So these drones that were flying around were deemed out of regulation, right? Penalties for flying drones bigger than this and higher than this could be up to $75,000. This is when the government was like, yeah, we really don't know, what's going on, but we know they're not no danger. That's where we were last at. Okay, drone spotted over New York City compel U.S. senators to demand federal briefing. Now, I'm saying this and bringing us up to speed for a reason. First of all, these drones are out of regulation codes. They are in violation. Then they started popping up everywhere, so much so that the left and the right, the senators on both sides were like, we need an emergency briefing because the government is saying they don't know what in the heck is going on, but these things are popping up. They're only popping up at night. They haven't, did any harm to any citizens, but there has been an airplane crash. Now it has been two. They have been, I guess, in the way of a naval base runway. So they had to shut that down. So they demanded some transparency. What the heck is going on? You government officials say that you don't have enough information gathered or enough data gathered to shoot these things down. But you say if they fall down, then you should call the bomb squad and you should contact, the local authorities and steer clear of these things, all these different things, right? Here's what you shouldn't do about those unidentified drones over New Jersey. So they start saying, hey, if you shoot any of these aircrafts down, and the reason why they had to even address this is because the government is telling American citizens, we don't know enough data about these drones to just shoot them down. We can tell you that they're not from the Iranian mothership. We can tell you that they're not harmful. But we don't know enough information about where they coming from, how they powered, how they able to fly in swaps, 50 at a time, why they following the Navy ships on the water, not why they surrounding Donald Trump's property in Bedminster. Why are they showing up, regular smuggler places over Miami Airport where the Super Bowl is supposed to be? All of this stuff, New Orleans. Why are these drones popping up like the way that they popping up? We don't know. We haven't gathered enough data for that, but they are safe. They're not harmful. And don't shoot them down. If they land in your space, your backyard, your front yard, call the bomb squad. This is what the government was telling people just a few days ago. Now, these drones have been flying since November the 18th. And actually, the military did a drill where they released certain type of drones on the 19th, which would make it, relevant that people were seeing them drones around that same time, 18th, 19th, whatever. Okay. So then let me take it to the next slide, bring us up to speed, because I said I ain't going to be here long, and I'm not. So then, the residents start saying, look, if y'all don't know what the hell is going on, we will most definitely resolve the issue. We will just shoot them down. We will deal with them ourselves. The government is not telling us nothing. The senators, nobody knows nothing. So we'll take care of it ourselves. And that's when the government was like, you better not, or you go to prison. And as you can see, the dates there, you can see that. This was just December the 13th. Give me one more second. I don't know if my internet is acting crazy. Can you guys hear me okay? Y'all let me know before I just continue chopping it up. When I told y'all that these cats don't care about us, I absolutely meant that. There was no lies detected. When I said that they don't care about us on both sides, I absolutely meant that. Yes. What does the drones look like? I'm finna show y'all what one of these drones look like. Well, one that actually, I guess, lost power, fell down, but they say the drones are the size of SUVs, and they're very loud, so you cannot miss them because they weigh a lot and they fly low, and they, because they weigh a lot, they make a lot of noise. But the citizens, the regular civilians, was like, look, we ain't finna play with y'all since y'all don't know what to do. Let us show you how to do what we need to do. And then they started getting threatened by the government. Okay. And then here was the New Jersey mayor saying that first responders were instructed to wear hazmat suits if these drones fall from the sky, which didn't make no sense. You said they ain't harmful. But if one falls into somebody's backyard, the emergency response team has to wear hazmat suits. It wasn't making sense. And then it began to make sense a couple of days later when they found out that the radiation levels in New Jersey and New York, or wherever these drones were showing up, spiked. And radiation, it produces radiation poisoning. Let me say that. It produces flu-like symptoms. Then they start talking about the hospitals is overwhelmed. All these people start feeling sick. But come to find out, wherever these drones were, the radiation levels spiked. Then, we were made aware that the U.S. Air Force on November the 19th was deploying nuke sniffing aircraft, drones. They called them nuke sniffers because supposedly a weapon of mass destruction, a warhead, somehow, some way, quote unquote, I'm not going to say it got lost, because how could you get lost? How could a missile or a warhead get lost? That don't make sense. But they claim that Ukraine's weapon of mass destruction was missing, and they needed these drones to sniff for nuclear, any chemicals, different things of that sort. But the Air Force did this. They deployed these nuke sniffing drones on November the 19th. Now you got people in December the 13th, December the 14th, December the 15th, December, even up to this day, trying to figure out what the heck is really going on. Why is the government playing games? If the military or the Air Force, have nuke sniffing drones flying over us, then just let us know. But of course, they would never do that because they don't want the American people to panic. Right? So they would rather lie. These demons, you can't trust these devils. They would rather lie right to you straight in your face and play you like Shinobi. And if you old school, you know what Shinobi, that video game, they will play you like the old, 92 Madden, for real, in your face, and don't even care. So now we, the American people, got to do our own research to figure out what the heck is really going on. Why are these things flying over us? Y'all not about to pull off these are some aliens. We capturing people and dropping it. We're not doing none of that. We are not doing none of that. So then they start forcing, airports to shut down, force the pilot to crash and die. And how did that close out? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Let me open this back up in Messenger. Can't go back to my media because I don't even know how I got booted out. Ain't that something? Let me make sure I was finished over here. Think I was. So here is the big radiation spike in New York and New Jersey after these drones, appeared in these certain territories. And when you have radiation poisoning, it makes you sick. I don't know what. The reason why it makes you sick is because it is a foreign object that your body is trying to fight off. Period, point blank. So what they are considering to be viruses, or maybe the flu, or whatever they want to name these, it's no more than radiation poisoning. Because it makes people sick, especially when a lot of it is being produced at one time. Was never meant for human consumption or for human beings to be around. And that explains why you had to wear a hazmat suit should one of these stupid drones land in your backyard. That just doesn't even sit right or make sense with me. Nevertheless, this is the real reason. I'm finna wrap it up right here. This is a plane crash that was caused by a drone. Now you got civilians being hurt. You shutting down, runways. They popping up everywhere. They're a nuisance. Why not just take them out? Or if somebody is flying these, quote unquote, make them stop. Well, that's the thing. We don't know who's doing it, who's behind it. Our national security is shot out. We don't have any. We don't have any. They received $12.7 billion for our national security. Technologies that could detect this or that. And even if Ukraine lost the missile, why are you not making aware that to the American people? Even if they didn't lose a missile, where would radiation be coming from? And why are you using nuke sniffing drones to, right above the people's heads and in their backyards? what do y'all got going on? Just help me to understand that, because I really need to understand that. Which brings me now to, let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Trump. Let me get this up for y'all. Just a short version. Okay, here we go. So they allowed, the American people to be concerned, to be anxious, to start panicking, even more so because they like, we don't know where these is coming from. We don't know what they doing, any of that. So Donald Trump went to some type of event and some people asked him, hey, what is your thoughts about the drone? Listen to what this man said. What about the fear? What about the fear? They talking real fast, so you got to listen. They said, what about the fear from the American people of the drones?
What about the fear here at home of the drones? Good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you shoot them down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
I decided to cancel my trip. Something really strange is going on, and the government and the military knows about it. Now, the day that he said that, let me get the date. Hold on. That was 2 days ago. I know that for sure. That was 2 days when he held this press conference. Yep, 2 days ago. I'm going to let y'all see. So we all on the same path. Okay? I need to hurry up. 2 days ago. December 16, 2024. You see it pop up right here as I toggle over this. December 16, 2024. 2 days ago. Soon as he said that morning, White House says drones. They give me everything but what I want. Okay. So as you can see here, this was a video we just watched. White House claims alleged drone sightings are lawful and legal. If it wasn't that same night, it was the next day that the government came out and said, yeah, him right here, Kirby, comes out and says, hey, you know what? Actually, the drones are legal and they are operating. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and pull it up on a website so y'all can see and see what these people said. Now, my issue with this is you guys knew for weeks that this was y'all doing this. This was not no foreign adversary. This was not, oh, somebody is in our airspace and we don't know what in the world is going on. This was not, oh, we need to figure out what these are and come up with conclusions. And, this was not any of that. This was clearly these people doing this. DHS, FBI, FAA, and DOD, Department of Defense, joint statement on ongoing response to reported drone sightings. Okay. There are more than 1 million drones lawfully registered with the FAA in the United States, and there are thousands of commercial hobbyists and law enforcement drones lawfully in the sky on any given day. With the technology landscape evolving, we expect that number to increase over time. FBI has received more than 5,000 reported drone sightings in the last few weeks, with approximately 100 leads generated, and the federal government is supporting state and local officials in investigating these reports. Consistent with each of our unique missions and authority, we are quickly working to prioritize and follow these leads. We have sent advanced detection technology to the region, and we have sent trained visual observers. Here's where I want to focus at, okay? This next two sections. Having closely examined the technical data and tips from concerned citizens, we assess the sightings to date include a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones, as well as manned fixed-wing aircraft, helicopter, and stars mistakenly reported as drones. We have not identified anything anomalous and do not assess the activity to date to present a national security or public safety risk over the civilian airspace in New Jersey or other states in the Northeast. That being said, we recognize the concern among many communities. We continue to support state and local authorities with advanced detection technology in support of enforcement. We urge Congress to enact UAS legislation when it reconvenes that would extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities to identify and mitigate any threat that may emerge. Okay? Come to find out, these drones is theirs. And they don't pose a threat to nobody. They legally within their compound to fly. Now we know that that is a lie because it just said the drones have to be a certain amount of weight and only can fly a certain amount of feet. These are flying in swaths. Let me make sure I sent that picture to myself so you can see what some of them look like. Some of them are small, medium size. Some of them are as big as SUVs. Can you imagine them just flying up above you? Something as big as an SUV just flying above you. So this is their response about that foolishness. Let me pull this back up so y'all can see what a drone looks like. It's kind of weird that last year both Obama and Trump said we've celebrated our last Christmas. I'm believing something going to happen between now and December. I don't know. I don't trust them at all, and none of us should trust them. They blatantly lied and play in our faces. Like, it's unbelievable how dumb they think we are. And what I really think is most evil is that using our own money against us. That's the greatest act of treason I have ever seen or witnessed. Donald Trump even know they planning something. That's why he said, and they got him over Bedminster. He owns property there. His golf course is there. and he was talking to somebody. You got to read in between the lines when it comes to these politics. He said, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. Won't be going there this weekend. I don't trust neither one of them, and I'm about to really show you why. Let me show y'all what this drone looked like. That was the governor. That was the governor. Let me go up here of New Jersey saying this has gone way too far. Y'all gonna need to do something like immediately. Then all of a sudden they just clear to come out and be like, oh, you know what? They're legal. Their hobbyists are either some type of commercial drone or some type of law enforcement drone. When the law enforcement clearly say, we need a bill passed so that we can do our own independent investigation of why these things are flying over our communities and over our states. So now that brings me to right here, because I've said it over and over and over by the unction of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Most High God, Holy Spirit. He said, I need you to move and build like this and get what you can really, really fast. And get out of their system and tell some of my people along the way that will have ears to hear. Because this is coming back and this is going to be worse than the previous one. The first one was just a show, but this one will not be. So all of a sudden, California declares a national emergency of the bird flu. Their poultry, which is the meat, is contaminated. And they dairy, milk, egg, and cheese is contaminated. They got cats down there being infected with it and dying. It's a respiratory disease that is DIVOC-19. Y'all flip that around and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like this on steroids 2.0. And this man went and declared a national emergency. I wonder why. I wonder why. Let's keep going. Supposed to be showing y'all that drone. This is why. Because in the Senate, Republicans and Democrats alike, crooked devils, want to pass a spending bill to stop the government from shutting down in just 2 days. But the bill that they want to pass benefits a whole bunch of outside people. These is your tax paying dollars, by the way. Whether you work it or not, you paying sales tax, home tax, whatever type of tax, it's your taxpayers' dollars, okay? Roughly $100 billion will go to disaster relief and their families, which nothing is wrong with that. Help them people rebuild. This thing is 1,547 pages long because they know ain't nobody going to read that. And then you got to vote on that in 3 days or the government shuts down. You barely can get through 20 pages, real talk, per day. Because you got to make sure you read this with a fine tooth comb. So $100 billion in disaster relief, $30 billion in FEMA funding. Now, ain't this the same FEMA that told them people that they can qualify for $750 of their own tax-paying money? And they still living over there in shelters. They still living over there in tents. when the parents go to a shelter and they time out from the shelter, if they do not have a stable place for them and their children to leave the shelter to, then the children are removed from the parents until permanent shelter is obtained. It's crazy. But you want to give FEMA 30 billion. Okay, make this make sense. 10 billion in economic assistance for farmers. So some farmers will get a really good substantial amount. 2.25 billion will be added to small business disaster loan if your business was affected by any type of disaster, if it was affected by any type of natural catastrophe, then there's 2.25 billion reserved aside for you. There will be money going to China, but there will be restrictions on the outbound investment to China. But there will be money going to China. Your money, that is. It includes 500 pages of health care provisions. Y'all just remember that. Transparency and charges for key events ticketing. Don't know what the heck that means. Transfer of RFK Stadium campus to DC. First step in luring commanders to city. They're going to use a bunch of the money to hire them some new hires. Build a new building. Why do y'all need a new building? Hire some new hires. But we want to talk about this 500 pages of health care revision. What is included in that? This is from Democrats and Republicans. Let me show y'all this drone too real quick. This was the drone that fell down. I mean, the picture probably does know. But this is the NYPD finds huge drone in Brooklyn belonging to research and product development company Amagi. But that's what it looks like. One of them. Of course, this one ain't the one the size of an SUV because men can't pick that up. Let me hurry up because I am super duper sleepy. Hold on. I think I'm going the wrong way and I need to go up to the top. Okay, here we go. Hold on 1 second. No. All right, let's talk about what was in that 500-page health care bill. Y'all tell me what y'all see on the screen. And if the lockdowns are not coming back, why would you have this inside of this bill that you are pushing to get passed in 2 days to avert a government shutdown? Now, he's getting a lot of blowback because people are saying, no, you want to actually hire your buddies, pay them a nice salary, build a new building. We don't even need the one we have. And then it includes money to FEMA. It includes money to hurricane relief victims. Okay, good. It includes money to small businesses. Cool. But it also includes having what you see on the screen, the you know what, the stuff over your mouth. What are y'all thoughts? Talk back to me on this. They are so full of bull. And this is why it's important we have our own stuff. Speaker Mike Johnson, new spending bill allows VAT and mask passports and expanded emergency powers. Y'all, we just gonna rest right there on that one. Expanded emergency powers. Y'all talk back to me tonight. It's too many of y'all on here tonight. It's too many of y'all over here on tonight. What are your thoughts about this? Expand emergency powers. All right. All right. So I got this pulled up over here. What is the meaning of emergency powers? Emergency powers are those special prerogatives that a government or a president can resort to in extraordinary situations such as war, insurgency, terrorist attacks, or other severe threats to the state, environmental calamities, serious industrial accidents, pandemics, or similar situations that threaten a bunch of people. Okay. So this bill wants to expand the government's emergency power on top of bring back the masks and the mandates and the you know what in your arm. And then you got California declaring a whole national or statewide emergency. I mean, make this make sense. Make this make sense. Let me go over here because my time is almost up. I'm super duper sleepy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. California ain't the only one. They're planning something that would threaten our freedom. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. I'm almost finished. Trust me. Why would this Republican, quote unquote, be passing something like this? And most Republicans are absolutely against this. Why would you do that? But it gets better. Or shall I say ugly? Uglier. Because now we got Wisconsin to report its first presumptive positive human case of bird flu. And this person is in intensive care. And this person, and that ain't to diminish what he going through, because may the Lord do his bit and let his will be done. But you laid up in the bed with a respiratory infection, quote unquote, called the bird flu, that normally passes from bird to, animal. But all of a sudden we got birds to humans. So 3 cats. Expert believe 3 more cats in Los Angeles County have been infected. 2 others succumbed to the disease earlier this month after drinking recalled raw milk from Fresno-based Raw Farms LLC. Down in the LA Times, more LA cats appear to be infected with H1N1. Y'all see where this is going? That's the number one reason why. They are not for us, ain't never been about us. We need to stop asking these people to help us, okay? Because now the truth comes out, according to New York Times. These spy drones are from China and likely cause of unexplained aircraft wreaking havoc over U.S. House Foreign Affairs Chairman says in bombshell claim. Nobody knows but them. Yeah. See if there's anything else I want to share with y'all before we go. All right, y'all. I was trying to read up and see if there was something else I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, yeah. New Jersey's largest hospital system mandates mask again as infections rise. You see, this is December the 18th. What y'all think about that? You got Los Angeles, California, shall I say California, the whole state of California, declared an emergency. You got Wisconsin got his first case, and this person is really, really sick. You got New Jersey's largest hospital system putting back mask mandates as infections rise. What infections? Help us to know which ones. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah. So my question to you, have you ever seen the movie about about this land giving up black folks to the aliens? No, if you tell me the name, I might be able to go check it out. It's not surprising. It's very surprising. I mean, I don't put anything past them, but it's very, very surprising to know that they got this many people either in lack or in wanted or pure ignorance. I have a problem with that. I really do. That's stealing from the American people to harm the American people. Use the taxpayers' dollars to send billions and billions and billions of dollars to foreign adversaries, foreign countries, people that don't even like us. Meanwhile, what about the civilians? What about the civilians? I really hope and I really pray that you guys have something in place for what's about to come. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again here on this live. I don't know what they're planning. I don't know what is coming, what God is planning, but I know it ain't good. They had weeks. They had almost a month to let the American people know what was happening, and they chose to withhold it and say they did not know. And then when the residents began to act upon that information and state, we'll handle it ourselves, and then Trump's like, nah, military and the government know exactly where they come from. They can go right to the garage they flew out of. It's something that's strange because they don't want to keep it real with the American people. That's what he said out his mouth. I wanted to bring you guys up to speed with what's going on. That's my job. What do you have in your possession, or what have you prepared for should this ever happen again? Because it's coming. I have so many receipts. So many. It's undeniable. And it's sad and it is heartbreaking. They never want to keep it real with us. No, they don't. They'll tell us that gas, and it's really a state of psychological warfare being carried out on us, if you want to be technical. Everything is buy, consume, buy, consume. You know, everything. Billboards, just buy, keep scrolling, consume, buy. You know, everything. And yeah, they never hurt. I forgot to tell y'all, in that spending bill, $10 billion would go to Congress salary. Now the company, y'all go look this up on YouTube. Just type in Intel. All right, y'all. I just wanted to come by here and let y'all know. Stay woke. Can't be sleeping. Make sure you got something. If you cannot, or you do not have the ability to move around, then what do you have that's still going to produce an income for you? Or what do you have that's still going to give you an ability to make something from nothing? Even if that's in a day, a week, 2 weeks. What do you have? Because of course, when they lock us all down, everything will be online.